The New York Philharmonic has over 20,000 scores and parts in its orchestra library, and it has a tradition of not erasing a conductor's marks. One conductor will use it 1 year, say 1910, and another conductor will use it 20 years later, and the marks will simply be overwritten. They won't be erased. In this Beethoven Seventh score, you see a classic example of where Mahler uses this score to conduct in 1909, and the librarian at the very top writes "Changes" by Gustav Mahler. 20 years later, Arturo Toscanini picks up this score, and as you might know, Arturo Toscanini felt he owned Beethoven's Seventh. It was one of his signature works, and he sees the changes made by Gustav Mahler some 20 years before, Mahler long dead, and he is outraged. And he writes in English on the score, "Changes unworthy of such a musician, A. Toscanini." Many years later, by someone who we know not who, writes in Latin, "The names of fools are found everywhere." So this is a dialogue over time on a single page, going from at least 1909 up until possibly 1970. As a small coda, when Pierre Boulez visited the archives in around 2005, he took one look at that page, saw how Mahler had taken out the high note of the trumpet player in the first page, and then how Mahler had doubled later on, and he said, obviously Mahler's having problems with his orchestra. So the score is open to interpretation still and is a matter of conversation and argument as time goes on.